302. Let's dive into Fight Focus. And you mentioned the striking that Islam Makhachev has shown, kind of rounding out the ability, not just a grappler, not just a submission threat. That's where we'll start with the lightweight champion on the feet.
It's absolutely right. In this last outing, he kind of made it a point, right? I mean, we're going to watch how he sets this finish up against the pound-for-pound #1 at the time, Volkanovski, okay? When I watch this fight, going back, already knowing what the ending was, man, it was so amazing to me to see how focused Islam was on landing this left head kick. He throws so many left kicks in this fight, only a few punches, shot one kind of takedown, but he sets this up, and as he said afterwards, I was really looking for this. And we're going to talk about this. This is really the key, the foot battle and this little hand battle that these guys are playing, the tapping, right? We know we've done Volkanovski plenty. He likes to tap and get that range, and we're going to watch these guys, right? They're checking the range here, checking the range, and this is the very beginning of the fight, and we see Islam, he's staying away, and then he lands the first kick, a little inside kick, but we see the reaction from Volkanovski. He keeps this hand up, and we're going to come back to that. Again, the foot is just outside, okay? So that's right in the beginning of the fight. He goes low, and he throws a couple more body kicks. He throws a front kick, and, you know, things progress. This is the very beginning of the fight. Everyone forgets about this, but I want to remind our viewers. Let's watch this. Look at Islam here. Tap, tap. Once he sees Volk trying to step behind that line, he stops him with that little jab. Gets Volkanovski to stop. He wants to push Volkanovski back this way. Why does he want to push him back this way? Because of this left kick. And when we watched this, when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. There's that tap again. There's a little feint. Now here it comes. Watch this kick. Just freeze it right here. This is the exact same kick that he's going to throw to finish. And when we see this, look at the foot placement outside right here. Look at the hands of Volkanovski, and we see there's that little tiny bit of space right here. Islam is making that read, and we see that this is barely going to miss Volk. Look at this kick. It's just barely going to miss him. It kind of just grazed over it, hit his hand. Islam takes note of that, makes the read, and the fight continues. But there's another low kick. So we see now all these left kicks and always fighting this position, going high, going low. Again, we're going to see him trail this way, and we're going to watch the reaction from Volkanovski here. Here, we see Islam trailing that way, and what's he do? He goes to the body. And when he throws that body kick again, you can see Volkanovski's hands are getting pulled down. He's starting to react, right? And again, we see we're outside that path. We want to be behind. So we went to the legs, we went to the body, we went to the head once, didn't quite get what we wanted. Couple minutes into the fight, we see this mad focus from Islam on this left kick. Now here we go. Our fans already know what happened. This battle is so big, and this is going to take place all the way down here. You're going to watch every time Volkanovski steps, Islam steps. Every time Volk steps, Islam, Volk, Islam, Volk, Islam. And then we see that tapping going on, right? Islam wants to keep corralling him in that side. Volkanovski stops just for a moment. That's all he needs. There's that big head kick again. This time he lands it, nails Volk, finishes the fight in such impressive fashion. And when we watch what happens and we see the reaction here, again, we talked about that same little dip, right? And Islam made that read. But watch this. He's just barely going to clear this right over the top. I mean, it doesn't get any more flush than this right here. This is shin right to the top of the head. He knew Volk had so much discipline. Volk is incredible pound-for-pound IQ. Right here, had that hand up the whole time, went right over the top, finishes the fight. I mean, this really shut a lot of people up. And this is the way that he did it and the manner that he did it, and watching him go for it. And we're going to see it one more time. Watch the reaction from Volk. Thinks it's a body kick, kind of gets his body down. You can see it right here, right? Gets his hips back, and it's exactly what Islam wants. Finishes the fight. Incredibly impressive stuff against the pound-for-pound #1 at the time. No wrestling, all stand-up. This guy's striking is elite. Dustin Poirier is going to have to watch out for that. It doesn't mean that he's just going to wrestle. I look for Islam to also use his striking as well.